slowly he sipped his tea, not shifting his glance from the thick double-spaced printing he read with his jeweler's eye. And engrossed in his corner, he passed on to the other inhabitants of the room, a strong insularity of time and space, for both passed him by with the speed of light, not unlike the flow of substance, however varied, into that lysergic entity of astronomy known as the black hole. He was hardly ugly for his time, and conversation was certainly not lost on him. Drastic measures were called for. And as in antiquity, the lonely man was blessed with wisdom to the point of desperation. But there in his corner, developing around him like a sun, was a climate of such rare beauty that sight and sound would no longer be considered sufficient food for the senses. And he had begun to notice, as his hearing failed, that mind and matter were in no way connected to one another, as if, in fact, the one could not propose and prove its erotic existence in terms of the other. What does this word mean? He inquired of the solemn waiter, hopefully. Nothing for dessert, sir, came the reply. Perhaps a cocktail, Demeter's, or herbal essence. Perhaps the breathing, you know, sometimes. The bill, if you don't mind. Quickly, he shot back. And as the pattern of the feet faded in the room, for he barely heard them now, his eyes slowly began to close. By the time he emerged onto the sunny street, he was forced to rely entirely on the other eye for help. For happily, it continued its many functions, blinking gently for lubrication and registering images. It was rush hour. In Hawaii, only 10 a.m. Turning into his street, he stopped at the drugstore and bought an eye patch that soon covered the reluctant eye. And climbing the stairs, he pondered what to do next. He would call a doctor, have tests made, eat nourishing foods, and if necessary consent to surgery, the last resort of the gambling man. He woke after fumbling his way in the obsolescent light of his room, and peered into the rusty veins of his mirror, and lifted away the eye patch. What he saw astonished him. Where once was tremulous tissue and membrane, was now a follicle and perfectly formed vagina with vulva, overgrown and mysterious, unrevealing and still to the untrained eye. But in the deep dark recesses of that sticky occlusion lay the unclosing, watchful eye of disgust in its closing moments, lunging forward and hungry for the cold light of day.